Do you ever wish you can have a conversation with your younger self? Like, if you could say something to your younger self, what would you say? Like, would you give yourself advice, or would you tell yourself about the future? And I ask because there's a really cool internet project that shows photos of celebrities hanging out with the past versions of themselves. And check out this one of Drew Barrymore.
Oh, so cute.
That's cute.
That is so cute.
That woman has not aged yet. She does not age.
She is my spirit animal. She's
so
amazing.
the younger one is the blonde? That's her young self?
You can't even tell.
Yes, that's never been kissed, Drew Barrymore, darling.
Yes. So cool.
Yes. And here's one of the Beyonce.
She hasn't aged either.
Yes.
So cute.
Now, she was beat from
She's
birth.
going
She makes
backwards.
me sick. All right.
Yeah.
So guess what?
Getting younger.
Our producers have made them for all 5 of us. Now, we haven't seen these pictures yet, and I, for one, I'm gonna tell y'all, party people, I am nervous, okay? So when you see your past self, I want you to tell us about who that girl was and what you would want to say to her knowing what you know today. Oh, I'm scared. I feel tears. All right.
I'm not crying anymore.
Adrian, you up first.
Oh, God.
Let's see this picture.
I'm scared.
Come on, cheetah girl. You better be a cheetah.
Oh, my goodness.
You better be a cheetah. Work it out and have that same face.
Adrian,
Oh, my
you look exactly the same.
Well, thank God I got my teeth fixed.
You know what?
Let's start there. A little bit. I don't... It's so weird. Have you ever looked back at pictures of yourself and been like, I don't know who I was then? Do you ever think about, you're like, what was I thinking
Or
then?
like, you didn't...
So I look at that, and if I'm honest, the first thing I would say to any of my younger pictures is, I would say sorry. I know that sounds really weird. Like, that sounds funny, but I would say sorry. I think that when we're younger and the older you get, we're hard on ourselves, especially as young women, with our bodies, with so hard on myself. I think at that time I didn't know how to say no. I would say yes to things that I really didn't want to do, or I just didn't know how to say no. I wanted people to like me so badly that I think at that time I just kind of like, oh, okay, I'll do it. It was just that sort of, I was torn a lot because I didn't know how to say no.
Why?
Along with that, I would say to myself, I was anxious when I was young. I was really anxious. I would wake up every day not sure of what was coming in the future. I was worried about just what was going to happen to I know it sounds weird. I was really worried about what life was going to be, and I wish somebody would have told me then, you know, that God has a plan for your life. It's all going to work out exactly the way it's supposed to. And I was an anxious teenager because I just wanted to control everything, and I think I was hard on myself. I wanted to be perfect, so I'd say sorry. I'd say sorry, and girl, when you hit 30, your metabolism is gonna slow down, okay? Things are gonna start to change, so appreciate that I had then. I think I was so hard on myself then. Probably thought I was fat then, which is crazy. And I would just say sorry.
You can't think you fat now. I mean, you only weigh 3 pounds more than that picture.
Exactly.
Lies you tell. But yeah, I think, girl, you are fine just the way you are. I wish I could give her a hug. I would give her a hug, you know? Well, Jeannie, guess what?
Yeah.
You're up next. It's so awkward, right? It's hard.
Oh, my God.
You look the same, too.
Oh, my God.
Wait, no, I'm being serious. You guys picked the picture I hate the most. Oh, my God. That's so good.
It's a beautiful picture.
What would you say to that girl?
God, I would say, you're going to learn about contour in about 4 years, I promise. No, okay. There were many areas in my life where I thought I was ugly. It's not always just about looks. You think the way you date men, the way you treat yourself, the way you look in the mirror, you think a lot of things are ugly. And then I saw a quote, and I loved it so much because it took me into a full 360 perspective of my life, and it's from the Velveteen Rabbit. And I don't know if you guys know, but the Velveteen Rabbit is a story about a toy rabbit who's really fluffy and furry. And he asks the toy horse, how do I become real? And the toy horse tells him, you don't start out real, you become real. Life kind of makes you become real. Sometimes your fur gets rubbed off, Sometimes you go through some hardship, but eventually, when you become most vulnerable, that is when you are real. And real is never ugly, except to people who don't understand you.
Oh, wow.
And that hit me hard.
Oh, wow.
Come on, somebody. You better be an evangelist.
Wow.
Well, here's where it hit me hard. I realized I thought I was ugly because I didn't understand myself up until like 3 days ago.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I love it.
That's
What
real.
I would tell that girl right there who didn't know a bra could help her out right there, I would tell her that, Jeannie, allow yourself to become vulnerable. Take time to understand it, because the real you is never ugly. That's what I would say.
That's amazing.